And they had the stare down, and that is what went viral. Automatically, the media was like, racism, white people, racist MAGA hat kid tries to kill Native American with a stare and a smirk. But that's not what happened though. Like, why are you lying? So I'm pre-filming, so if you guys recognize this sweater, that's because I'm filming a couple of videos today. So, my name is Moji, and welcome back to Abrasive Youth.
He still loves me. Red. Trigger warning. My mother warned me about you. Trigger warning. I should have listened to her. Trigger warning. I should have listened to her. Trigger warning.
So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about this hot topic that a lot of people have spoken about, but I just wanted to give my take on it and just like give my opinions. So if you guys, everyone is aware of what happened. I don't really need to like explain like a backstory, but I just want to give a little background. Last week, I went to Yale. I think everyone knows that now. That's why I'm wearing the sweater. So I went to Yale and I was there for 4 days for like a conference for Model UN. And during those 4 days, I literally had no internet. I could not contact the world. I didn't know what was going on in the world. I didn't listen to one Ben Shapiro podcast. I was lost. When I got back to like Canada, I was just like crying because I was like, what happened in those 4 days? And a lot happened in those 4 days. So when I got back, I went on Instagram and automatically I just saw these like MAGA teen hats, but I didn't see what the media wanted me to see. The lighting is kind of changing, but I didn't see what the media wanted me to see, and like how they painted like the MAGA kids as like being villains and being racist. I saw what the conservatives were showing, which was how the media lied about that. So I automatically knew what had happened. I didn't know like the backstory about the media, but then I did more like research and I just saw like what really happened. So if you guys are not aware, basically, the media, they just said, I keep saying the media, but like CNN, I'm just gonna say it, CNN, they aired a piece about how, the MAGA kids, the Covington Catholic, school kids, how they surrounded, Nathan Phillips, who was like the Native American veteran, and how they surrounded him and how they were like mocking him, and they were saying a whole bunch of racist things. They were screaming things like build the wall, and they were just being, you know, outright racist, how white people usually are.
We are hearing from a Native American elder and Vietnam War veteran speaking to CNN after a disturbing viral video shows a group of teens harassing and mocking him in the nation's capital. Here's the video sparking outrage on social media right now. Nathan Phillips was beating his drum and singing an American Indian protest song. And this was on Friday on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial when he saw a clash erupting between a group of teenage students and 4 African-American young men preaching about the Bible and oppression.
Donald Trump kisses drag. You're going to see your president kiss Rudy Giuliani dressed in a drag on the lips. Your president is a homosexual.
Well, Phillips says he immediately sensed danger.
When I was there and I was standing there and I seen that group of people in front of me and I seen the angry faces and all of that, I realized I had put myself in a really dangerous situation.
And I just saw that, but then I watched a lot of videos and I saw what had actually happened, and I saw how Nathan Phillips was actually the one that inserted himself into the crowd. Wanted to discuss a bit how easy it is for the media to make us believe things, and how easy it is for the media to skew things and for us to believe their narrative. And also how, as a society, instead of teaching us 16-year-olds right from wrong, we're going to villainize ignorant mistakes and make 16-year-olds out to be bigger villains than they really are. So yeah, instead of teaching someone instead of teaching someone, you know, this was a very bad thing, but they didn't do anything bad, but this is a very bad thing that you guys did. You shouldn't have done that. This is why you shouldn't have done that. We're, as a society, we're going to say, oh, we should dox these teens, we should kill these teens, we're going to send death threats to these teens, instead of teaching them, you know, this is right, this is wrong. You know, as a society, we're gonna say, okay, it's time for us to, you know, kill these teens. Let's get their address. Let's dox them. You know, let's fight them. a lot of people, they sent out like death threats to Nick Sandman, who was like the little white boy in the middle of the crowd who was staring down Nathan Phillips. A lot of people were talking about how, oh, let's dox him, we should kill him. You know? So if I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a background, if you guys aren't aware of what really happened, but everyone knows what really happened, but like no one wants to admit what really happened. So I watched the 50-minute video, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I know there's a 2-hour video out there, but I didn't watch it. I watched a 50-minute video, which was of the Black Hebrew Israelites. So I watched the 50-minute video of the Black Hebrew Israelites and how all through the video they were just taunting these kids. They were calling them incest babies, crackers. They were calling them dusty,
dirty ass hat on, with their dusty ass hat on. Little dusty ass animals.
Throughout the 50-minute video, they were just insulting these kids. They were really going in. They were going in. Even this one Israelite, the one that was filming the video that I watched, he literally he got a stick out of his I think it was his little case where they had all their little materials. So he takes out this stick from his bag, and he basically threatens this kid that was this kid was on like a little skateboard thing, and he was skating around the Hebrew Israelites, and he basically threatened him. He's like, if he comes close to me, I'm gonna knock him down.
As soon as he get too close, his ass gonna get punished. Get too close, your ass gonna get punished.
So at some point throughout the video that most people saw, the most people that want to know the truth saw, was Nathan Phillips. It was the veteran that put himself in this situation. When the Hebrew Israelites, they were doing their little brouhaha, we hate white people thing. At some point, the little white boys, they decide, okay, let's do a school chant. Woo! So they were doing this school chant just to drown out the noise of the Black Hebrew Israelites, which was working. So they were just doing their little chant, and it was working. And then at some point in the video, you see Nathan Phillips, who comes up, and he goes into the middle of the crowd, and he starts banging his drum. And at some point you see Nick Sandman, who was the main white boy, and then you have Nathan Phillips, who is the Native American war veteran. We're gonna get into that later, which isn't true. So he was the main he was the one. So Nathan Phillips, as you can see in the video, he was the one that went up into the crowd, and he decided he wanted to bang his drum. And he said that he thought that this banging of the drum would have dissolved the problem, would have dissolved, the whole altercation. But I really don't understand how you banging a drum would dissolve the situation. And I was thinking about this from a spiritual type of way, and I understand how you think that banging the drum, maybe I don't know much about the Native American culture and all that, but I don't know, maybe it's a spiritual thing. But not everyone in the world is spiritual. Not everyone is a spiritual person. It didn't work. It only amplified the situation. They had the stare down, and that is what went viral. Automatically the media was like, racism, white people, racist MAGA hat kid tries to kill Native American with a stare and a smirk. But that's not what happened though. Why are you lying? And it's weird that they would actually try to lie about this, considering there are hundreds of people around who are recording, who have been recording, who are recording from different point of views, different perspectives. So to think that with the age that we live in with technology, that the truth wouldn't come out, it's just baffling. I don't understand how you could go and report news without having your facts straight. Well, obviously, it does, it went viral, and automatically we hated the white kids. The white kids were automatically the villains. But then we found out the truth that it actually wasn't the white kids that started the whole situation. It was Nathan Phillips that inserted himself into this problem. It's just weird to think that as a society, instead of teaching 16-year-olds, teenagers, right from wrong, we would literally threaten their lives. Society, we're no longer at a point where we're gonna teach teens right from wrong, or teach them that this was a bad mistake that you made, and this is why it's a bad mistake, and you shouldn't do this again because of this. You're gonna go out and you're gonna threaten their lives. You're gonna dox them. You're gonna send them death threats. You're gonna say, oh, we should kill them. I think this all goes to the root of Donald Trump, because people hate Donald Trump so much that they would literally send death threats. They would want to kill children because they hate Donald Trump, because of the significance of the MAGA hat. This all happened because they were wearing MAGA hats. So because the significance that the MAGA hat has on so many people, they were willing to make this assumption that automatically they're racist and automatically we should kill them. the society is no longer at a point that they would, you know, like teach us right from wrong, and we're all on our own. And then also the reason that, for me, the reason that this thing got thrown like out of proportion, the reason that it was so easy for us to villainize these white kids is because as a society, this whole white guilt thing, people hate white people so much that if you're like white and you're wearing a MAGA hat, then like you're automatically a racist, and it's easy for us to, you know, say that these kids are racist because they were white. And then also, no one discussed the whole like Black Hebrew Israelites thing, even though they were the ones that started the altercation. No one discussed that. No one like brought that into the forefront. But it was easy for us to, you know, villainize these white kids because they are white, and because white guilt and white people are automatically evil. And then also we found out that Nathan Phillips was lying the whole time. He lied about building the wall. He lied a lot. And people are saying that he's a crisis actor, because also there was an incident 4 years ago where apparently there was a frat party that was thrown and they were wearing Native American garments and they threw beer cans at him and just like a whole bunch of like nonsense. And now he's back again with this whole thing, and he lied about them saying build the wall. He lied about being a war veteran, a Vietnam War veteran. He actually wasn't. He was a refrigerator mechanic. He wasn't there for long. He didn't do anything. He didn't fight. He fixed refrigerators when he was around. So yeah, I don't know. I think this just all boils down to the fact that white people, like, people hate white people so much to the point that they would villainize 16-year-olds, because it's easier to do than to just accept the fact that maybe it was Nathan Phillips that did this. Maybe he was the one that started, well, he didn't start it, but maybe he was the one that inserted himself into the situation. So anyways, this was my little take on the whole like MAGA hat incident. If you guys have like a differing opinion, I would love to hear it, because, you know, I love to hear people's opinions because it makes me think. So if you guys have a different opinion, then I would love to hear it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Hey everyone, it's Moji here, and welcome back to Abrasive Youth. So for today's video, I'm just going to be talking a bit about this whole Cardi B and Tomi Lahren feud.